Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Bull Carbine Sniper build for Space Marine 2 Patch 13 to dominate both Chaos and Tyranid operations and hard strats. Now, the ammo reserve option on the automatic Bull Carbine is one of the best options for close range in the entire game. This thing is super ammo efficient, has a ton of damage, and even though you have 2 accuracy here, if you pick up the perk Home Precision for a 50% reduced spread while hip firing, it really does not matter at all. Like, you completely circumvent this stat entirely and get the full benefit of a fat magazine size and a fat ammo reserve. Now, for the rest of the perk tree on this, I do start off with the perk here, Headhunter first, moving here into the perk Rapid Health. Then I pick up the perk Divine Might for a 10% damage buff. Then we grab Headhunter and Headhunter again for a 20% headshot damage increase, going down to Extended Magazine, Divine Might again for another damage increase. Then I pick up the perk here, Cleaving Fire. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 25% of the usual damage. Now, on this build, I am taking the block break perk, so this actually goes up to like 75%, which means you can pretty much sit in a Tyranid warrior's face and just barrel stuff them and still do a ton of damage. Really nice option for that. Moving here into the perk Adamant Hunter, when your health is below 30%, headshots will deal 25% more damage. This is a super powerful headshot damage increase, and being below 30% HP on a sniper class with things like Purification and of course Emperor's Grace and Conviction is actually pretty easy, because this sniper class is very strong at just not dying at low HP and really just not dying in general, because sniper is just kind of cracked when it comes to like recovery tools like Purification. Now, the next perk I take here is Maximum Spread Reduction, Perpetual Precision, moving up here into the perk Gunstrike Reload to instantaneously reload our weapon on a gunstrike. Now, on this build, I am taking Argent Edge, so having gunstrikes will happen all the damn time, and also this might be a little bit redundant with stuff like Dexterous Hands, because you do get a faster Bull Carbine reload speed off of this perk. But that being said, an instantaneous reload speed on a gunstrike, that does feel pretty good in this game, and if you really don't want this perk, you could go here for like Recruitment instead, and if you really don't care for the top row at all, you could go all the way down here for more ammo and things like Divine Might for a 10% damage buff. That is up to you, and that's all there is for the primary range weapon. Now, for my secondary weapon, I do take the Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol, Retribution's Bequest, mainly for the super high gunstrike damage here, because once again, we do have an Argent Edge for gunstrikes, and on top of the fact that having an option to stop reinforcement calls from long range is pretty nice on this build, because our primary is not very good at that at all, so definitely nice synergy there. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk Divine Might first, moving here to the perk Perpetual Penetration, and then I pick up Increased Capacity, Extended Magazine, and the most important perk, which is of course Death Strike. After killing a Majoris or higher enemy in melee combat, he will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. All you have to do to actually trigger this perk is just melee execute an enemy, but keep in mind, you have to have your secondary equipped to trigger this effect, and if you swap off during the 10-second duration, you will lose the effect entirely. Next perk here is Great Might, moving here into the perk Strong Start. Then I pick up the perk Able Damage. After using a class ability, damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. On a sniper class, use your Camo Cloak all the time, so really easy to trigger this over and over. Though I will say, if you want like more flat damage without any conditions, you could go up here for stuff like Discipline and of course Headhunter, but it is up to you. Next perk here is Home Precision, up here into Gunstrike Reload again, and the final perk is Tactical Precision for 20% more headshot damage with a non-headshot damage decrease of 10%, because headshot damage is like really all you care about in this gun for the most part, and especially on a sniper class where you have a 10% buff anyways, just in like our starting perk tree. Now, for the melee weapon, we do take the Argent Edge. This is the best fencing weapon in the entire game. A super strong option for like any build that doesn't really want to do a ton of melee damage, because really all you have to do with this weapon is just parry enemies, get that gun strike, trigger perk effects down here like Exacting Focus, and just shoot them in the face of your Bull Carbine. So a really good synergy there, and also really good for defense. For the perk tree, it does not matter too much. We just use this as a parry tool for the most part, so you can build however you want, but today I took Perpetual Strength here first, moving here to the perk Kinetic Energy, Perpetual Strength again, Heavy Onslaught, Reeling Blow, Shoulder Bash right here, which should be Shoulder Stab and Shoulder Bash, and then we take the perk here, Tide of Battle as well, and the final perk is Terminus Slayer, because that's really all you need on this weapon, because the actual damage doesn't matter too much, even though the 18 Strength is pretty nice. Now, for the perk tree here, I do start off with the perk Block Break first. Shots will penetrate enemy block stances, dealing 50% of the usual damage. Moving here to the perk Vantage Point. Remaining stationary for 2 seconds increases your ranged weapons damage by 20%. This is actually pretty easy to pull off these days with the perk over here, Lingering Concealment, because all you have to do is just go cloak, sit still, shoot your gun. You'll immediately trigger the Lingering Concealment effect to be camo cloaked for an extra 2 seconds, and you'll usually have this effect activate during that time period. And also, So the Sniper Camo Cloak only has a base cooldown of 90 seconds these days, which is super easy to like cycle back into over and over now, so a really strong option here these days. Next perk here is Dexterous Hands. Bolt carbines reload 20% faster and the weapon spread recoil reduced by 15%. This is the only perk in this column that does anything for us, so definitely pick this up. Next perk is your choice of Marksmanship, precision targeting, or even the perk Squad Renewal. We're taking Marksmanship for a flat headshot damage buff because this is pretty nice, but if you want like less weapon spread, you could take this, and also the damage buff against Extremis and Terminus is also pretty good here. Next perk here is Purification. Manually activating Camo Cloak removes negative status effects and restores all contested health. Now, you may be wondering, why are we not taking Renewal or Squad Renewal on this build? Well, the thing is, on the Sniper class these days, your cooldown is not that long at all, like I mentioned before, so getting back your Camo Cloak just like a normal cooldown is super easy, which does open up the opportunity to pick up stuff like Purification without building into, things like Renewal for more ability charge. Next perk here is Targeted Shot. The first range attack that breaks Camo Cloak deals 75% more damage. Now, as of patch 11 forward, the time period this perk works is actually enough to get multiple shots off on like things like the Bolt Carbine and the Heroic Instigator, and for that reason you actually get 5 shots with that 75% damage buff off before it runs out, so really strong for us here and good for like a little bit of extra range damage. Next perk here is Lingering Concealment. After performing an attack that breaks Camo Cloak, you remain hidden for 2 seconds. Because of that base cooldown reduction, this is a god tier perk now. I mean, it was already a god tier perk before, but like these days it's even better, so definitely grab this. And the final perk here is Power of Excellence. Performing 3 consecutive headshots towards equipment charged by 1, the cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, the only thing the Sniper class kind of struggles with in this game is Horde Clear, so this kind of circumvents that, because if you do wind up finding things like a Melt-A-Bomb, or even like a Shock Nade, Frag, or Crack, this will help you out a ton, because a 30-second Melt-A-Bomb or like Pyroblast or Canister is a tremendous amount of Horde Clear value for only like 3 consecutive headshots, which is super easy to do on a Bolt Carbine. And that's pretty much all there is for the main perk tree. Now we're going to go into the prestige perks here, starting off with the perk Emperor's Grace. When Camo Cloak activates, you become invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. This perk is just mandatory in my opinion. Invulnerability in Space Marine 2 counts for damage and knockback, so you cannot be knocked over at all. You'll just phase through enemy attacks with this perk active, so a really strong utility option. Next perk here is Versatile Precision, which says performing a kill with your secondary weapon restores 15% of your primary weapon's ammo. The cooldown is 15 seconds. With this perk, you will pretty much never run out of ammo on your Bolt Carbine, and because this is a percentage restore, you will get back a ton of Bolt Carbine because you have a ton of ammo built into this weapon. Now, the final perks here are Conviction for a 25% health damage reduction for 15 seconds on Armor Break, because this is like the ultimate tank perk for your class. And the final perk here is Exacting Focus, which is after a gun strike, you'll deal 20% more range damage for 10 seconds, because this is just a nice free range damage buff, and once again, we do have an Argent Edge, which makes it pretty easy. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. This is one of the easiest builds in the entire game to run on any faction for the Sniper class. Really powerful perk synergies here, really powerful heroic options for him. Maybe one day the heroic Bolt Carbine will crack it even more, but for now, that's all I have to say in this one, and hopefully this build guide helped you. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and if you want to watch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description, alongside a link to my community Discord. I also want to say a special thank you to my channel members. Your support has helped me make videos like this for like the past 2 years now, and I really appreciate that. And as always, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye. Yeah, we're not even built for full ammo here. Better call yourself Satoru Gojo, not Sigismund. Didn't he fucking lose though?
Stealth ready. Tyranids have no mind for tactics. Solid ground will serve us better than this blight. Meteor line cloak ready. Remake my spirit grapples with corruption.
Okay. This is why Purification is OP.
Reloading. Active camouflage charge. is no more.
Do you have a video on this loadout? I will shortly, and if you're watching the video right now, you know I do.
Solid ground will serve as better. Evade the attack.
Whoever's watching. Same thing. If anyone help with hard weekly strat, I will be doing that for a couple runs after these, so stay tuned.
Take all you can carry.
We even have a good nade yet, and we're already cooking. Now, purification is also really nice on this map because you don't actually have to deal with the curse bullshit. It's very annoying on this one. The any other class by now be out of ammo on this thing pretty much, except for attack, of course. Attack's a little different. But we don't talk about things like that here. We don't talk about tactical in this household. What, who did I just land on? What the fuck? Okay. Imagine you just accidentally just crushed like 3 human beings when you just dropped down a little shaft. Greetings, brothers. What's up, Shonk, man? Didn't want that, no. What's up? What's up, JJ Bear Beast? I better be jacked to a name like that. Losing your balance, accidentally crushing 2 people, dude. I'm sure it's happened at least once in human history. How good do you think Purgation is compared to Reclamation or Vortex? I think it's one of the best maps. I'm also pretty sure that this one is going to get an update next patch and add in that new boss at the very end, because there's a very obvious boss portal at the end of this mission, a very conspicuous one. And same thing with the obelisk operation. I think that patch 14 is going to mostly be a quality of life update on top of those new heroic weapons and the new boss being retroactively added to a couple of maps. And then we'll get the patch 15, the whole anniversary patch stuff.
Xenos offer themselves for culling.
Wow. I get for alt tapping for a second.
Stealth ready. Changing magazine.
I just have the frag grenades for this because we're actually pretty good for hearing up some free stuff. Did they do anything noteworthy during the maintenance today? No, they did not. Maybe they fixed up the siege to actually work this time. I kind of doubt that, though.
This foul creature pesters us no more.
I swear to God, we're gonna be seeing like posts like siege mode is finally fixed for at least another year plus, because I promise you that like the current bug of Accolades not working on that mode is going to persist for an age.
Active camouflage charge. Inserting pressure. heretics came for, and made them regret the journey. Line cloak ready. Assemble
perfect.
a pile of dead turncoats makes for a glorious day. The heretics
Looks so smooth when you play. Trust me, my FPS 2 it goes into the dark depths of oblivion, never to be seen again. What's up, fam? Any news on another hotfix? The ghost parry's been driving me crazy lately. Dude, if they were gonna fix ghost parries, they would have fixed them 10 bazillion years ago. They would have fixed them at the dawn of humanity. Also, what's up, Bubbasaurus and Bros Repel?
Understood, Captain.
They'll add caves to sniper. No, they said they weren't gonna do that due to lore reasons. What do you think about Gears of War E-Day? I mean, it sounds cool. I'm not going to play it, though. Fair enough. Just feels like it's happening more frequently these days. It does kind of feel like that in some patches, you're not wrong.
We cannot backtrack.
Alright.
We leave them nothing to salvage. Scions of treachery fall like stealth ready. Reloading. Target that monstrosity. We no longer suffer its existence. Precisely what we need. Readying next volley.
I guess we could take this, but the crack grenades are actually pretty good for us here against sorcerers and stuff like that. It's actually just a laser beam on those. Oh, this class is like genuinely just hilarious. This isn't even like... I mean, setting up the headshots even in like a group is super easy because you are a bolt carbine after all. All you really have to do is just walk up to them and just go pew pew. That console's rough top. What do you think deserves a heroic variant next? Well, there's a Thunderhammer one coming. It was definitely coming.
That should resolve the fault.
I guess we'll take this. I double need it though. Depends how many boss spawns we get.
Changing magazine. Line cloak activated. Active camouflage charged. Thousand Suns Vanguard discovered.
I guess we'll do this. Need to lace out that.
Deployed crack grenade. They should have never turned on their brothers. And perhaps they secretly fail in their quest for aid. Munitions here. Stealth ready.
I'll be at a heroic with a Volkite. I don't even know what they would do for that. I feel like the obvious choice, just like apply burn, apply electricity, yada yada yada. They're gonna actually have to get creative for some of these. Though, to be fair, I feel like 99% of the creative capacity of Saber is spent on the heroic variants in this game. but it's definitely not the fucking perk tree. We need a BFG for Space Marine 2. Ah, yes, the very not controversial weapon in Doom.
Predictable. Your deceptions are futile, heretic. Emilio line cloak ready. Objective on the other side.
The funniest thought should be adding a stagger increase to it. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
Inserting
It is crazy. You don't even need. You know what else is crazy? You don't even need renewal or squad renewal for purification anymore. You just attach it to like any build.
Expunge the obstacles. The corruption thickens.
I guess we just keep shooting.
Stealth. Changing magazine. They shall not.
Change your way.
Traitors advance on opposition. Active camouflage charged.
Nice little stroll through the.
We cross fire the drifting
I think there's one in there. I got something. Yeah, there he is.
Readying next volley. Emilio line cloak ready.
Oh shit.
Trouble thinking. Emilio line engaged. Rearming. Emilio line cloak activated. Stealth ready. The Imperium shall prevail over the ruinous powers. Changing magazine. Arch enemy's minions have been brought. The island is our path forward.
You know what'd be cool? Dual wielding chain swords. Decimus probably. Yeah, dual wielding would be cool in this game. It is actually possible. It's if to add animations for it. So maybe one day, you know.
But an effective
I don't know, guys. How many things that are currently in Space Marine 2 would you have expected to be in the game at launch?
active camouflage charged.
My expectation is probably not a lot.
I see the lab. The swamp has not swallowed it yet. Tyranids have no right to tactics. Meteor line cloak ready. Reloading. Watch out for active camouflage charged. It dug its own grave.
Loadouts. I mean, that's true. Sounds that's what I meant, but
Take all you can carry. The promised end to this sodden trudging.
like one boss. We're actually gonna fuck this guy up.
Keep eyes on that mutant. Zangor down. Rearming.
Okay.
And we shall know no fear.
I wasn't expecting him to. Can I heal him? Thank you. I wasn't expecting him to barrel into me with that. Okay. I actually could have gotten out of that too. What a cool guy. It may have been a bit ambitious of me to just trigger all the reinforcement calls immediately. You can actually get out of that with back dodge. Yeah, the second slam.
A few less traitorous scions to worry about. Out of ammunition. Rearming. Emilio line engaged.
That's what kills you on this class, is you blow yourself up, because what else?
Our orders are clear. Advance.
Yeah, you'd think that melt-a-bombs would be the #1 result of accidental self-explosion, but it's actually the crack grenade in this game. It always has been. That stupid ass crack grenade.
It appears we have located the missing defenders.
Free the guardsmen. Starve the warp anomaly.
The eyes power the wards. Obvious targets. What is the fate of all foes?
To perish in the fire of battle and be cleansed from the galaxy.
What is our task?
Blew yourself off with one yesterday into a jumping Zangor. I believe it, dude.
End that abomination's existence. Changing magazine. The horror has been purged. Cadians, you are liberated. Do your duty. Another ward falls.
All we gotta do is just go to the end. I don't think there is a way we can die here now. It's pretty fucking hard.
Stealth ready.
The purification's just too good. It would take another crack grenade. A self-cracking.
Guardsmen freed. That was the last of them. There, the altar. That is what sustains the rift.
I feel like the most likely new weapon is an Eviscerator. We only have one two-handed melee. I mean, probably not an Eviscerator, probably a greatsword. Like a proper greatsword.
We must seize the altar.
Since that's what they said they were prioritizing. We also have we also don't just have one, we also have the Omniscient Axe. We have two two-handed melee weapons in the game currently.
Seize the altar. Phantom of death.
Are you gonna check out Dark Times Katari comes out? Of course, dude. Of course I'll be there. They were very selective with who got early access to that one. But we'll cover it anyways.
Sorcery falters. Stealth ready. Almost there. Hold them back. We shall meet them with precision and wrath. We fight until the last blade is broken and the last bolt around spent.
Bolt Carbine really used to be like that, huh?
Viridian,
I don't know, guys. Are you guys gonna be
Osprey's
playing Skitari? I
and
feel like most of you will.
warp
Skitari looks pretty good.
signatures across the battlefield, except
That's gonna be the
for
big one
Return
for
to
Darkseid,
Resilient.
for sure.
At the Cadian's fall, their exposure to the warp was significant.
Hell yes, yeah, see, there you go.
Detained for
Who the
inquisitorial
fuck won't play
assessment.
Skitari, dude?
Inquisition,
Skitari
find
next
them
week.
untainted.
Here we go. Skitari tomorrow, dude. Yeah, you know, what other class releases had a meme going on for it for like 3 months straight? That one's gonna bang.